Hi guys. So now that we have created flowcharts and we understand that the programmers use these to design and help make coding easier, we're going and we also did the scavenger hunt. So we understand a little bit more about how the actual environment works and what's in the drawers and things like that. We're going directly into creating a program. Now, the objective of the program is to make an object or something, an image, blink on the emulator or microbit. And the first thing we want to do, though, of course, is we want to start with creating our flowchart or our algorithm, right? So we have to ask ourselves a couple of questions. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to write down in our notebook some ideas that we think would make an LED pattern blink on and off. Okay. So I have taken down and I wrote down my ideas. So mine is going to blinking LED pattern. What do I want it to happen? I want my image to blink several times, right? So first, I need to decide how I want the program to start. I decided I would like it to start on button A. So that means that when you press button A, the image will come onto the screen. Next, I want my image to appear on the screen for 500 milliseconds. So I want my image to be there for 500 milliseconds before it changes to something else or goes away. And then I want it to change to a different image. Now, I want it to do this 5 times. So you can see on this line, it says 5 times. And then I want it to clear at the end. So now that I wrote down my algorithm, I'm ready to put it into a flowchart. So let's take a second and go pop it into a flowchart, and then we'll come back and look. Okay, so we finished our algorithm, and then we popped it right into a flowchart. So you can see right here on the flowchart, okay? So you can see that it starts over here, and I'll try to get it close for you to read. It starts on button A, okay? Because remember, I said I wanted it to start with A, and then I wanted it to repeat itself. Okay, so I put my repeat first because I know that that's going to make it go more than one time. And then I put my LED. So I show my LED with my image. And then I want to pause it because I want it to give that, that little effect without it going beep, 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 right? Yep. And so then we're going to show the next image, which I think I put a smiley with one eye. And then I paused it one more time to make a smooth effect at the end. And then I cleared my screen because I didn't want anything to be on it after it was done. And then, of course, my oval on my ending. Got to have an oval. A beginning right here. And you can see this is at linear. And it goes down because it's only one sequence, right? And here's the oval at the end. So we just have rectangles and arrows showing our sequence. All right, so now that we've done that, let's put it into some action and build this little program, okay? All right, so now we're ready to get into the microbit site and get started building our program from our flowchart. So the first thing we want to do is we want to open up our microbit program. And I reminded everyone to make sure that you bookmark it. So here on my bookmarks, you can see this cute little oval with the dots. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to open up my microbit site. And to bookmark it, if you haven't done so, click on the little star in the top right corner of the address bar, and it's going to put that on it'll save it to your bookmark bar. Okay, here we are into the home page. We want to click on New Project, the big plus sign, and we're going to name it the Blink. We're going to name it the Blink and our last name. Okay, the Blink Lyra, because Lyra is my last name, of course, right? So then click Create, and now we are moving into our work environment. Okay, so how we're going to get started here. We're going to use our flow chart, and we are going to begin with the beginning, right? And I put start on button A. So of course, on start is not going to work and forever is not going to work. So where was the on start? Oh, that's right, input. So click on the input drawer and pull out an on button A. So that's where I go to get the on button and the input drawer. Now, guys, I'm not going to use the start or the forever. So I want a clean working environment. So I'm going to get rid of that so that I don't have extra stuff in my environment. So now I am ready to move forward. So let's see, my next step takes me to repeat 5 times. So where do I repeat? Oh yes, is it the loops? Let me peek. There it is, repeat. All right, so I'm going to drag this out and connect it like a puzzle in the on button A. Now let's refresh our thing and test it out. Click A, nothing's happening. Okay, well, maybe we need an image, right? Oh, that's right. My flowchart takes me to show LED smiley. So I'm going to go to my basic drawer. I'm going to pull out a show LEDs and I'm going to connect it in the repeat 4 times do. Now you can also, in the same drawer, in the basic drawer, you can use the show icon, but I prefer to draw my own picture, so I'm not going to use the show icon. So let me draw my little smiley face here. Okay, we have a little smiley face. Now let's run it. We're going to click the little refresh button, press a button, and there's my smiley face. Now I'm supposed to make it blink, right? So let's see. Following on my flow chart, I have a pause button. So I need a pause code. So under basics is where you'll find the pause. And you scroll down, grab the pause, bring it over, connect it right under the LED. And then I'm going to change that to 500 milliseconds because I want to give it like, a little pause, not a fast pause. A little longer pause. Okay, now I need another image because my flowchart says show one eye smiley. So I'm going to go back to my basic drawer, pull out the show LEDs, and put it right below the pause. Now I said a one eye smiley. I wonder what that's going to do. So if I make a one-eyed smiley, oops, put this here, make my smiley face. There we go. Okay. Now, let me see. Let's run it and test it. Click refresh and click the A button. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. But it lands right there. Well, I don't want it to land there. I would rather it clear. So I'm going to add another pause button right under my smiley guy there. Okay, and then my next command, I'm following my sequence. So my next command is clear screen. So I want it to be clear on the end. So I'm going to scroll down until I find clear screen in basic, and then I'm going to add it below my loop. Now notice I put it below my loop. That way, putting it below the loop clears it completely. If I were to put it inside, it wouldn't clear everything. So let's show and see how it runs, okay? So I refreshed, click A, and 1, 2 winks, 3 winks, 4 winks, and it's done. So we have completely followed our flow chart and built a program, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, let's take it one step further. Let's put it on the actual microbit. So stay tuned for the next clip. Now, we're going to download our hex file and add it to the actual microbit. So if you look in the bottom left corner here, you'll see a huge download, and then you'll see your title, and then you'll also see a little icon with it looks like a little disc. Well, this is the one that we want to use. We want to save it, okay? So we're going to click on save, and it is going to download it. You can see the file downloading right here. And once this file is downloaded, we're going to take it and we're going to drag it. We're going to open our Finder, and we are going to drag it over to our microbit. So in our folders, you can see right here, is my microbit is attached to my computer, but we want to drag this file, my download file, which is this one right here, the microbit, the blink, Lyra. I want to drag it over to my microbit and drop it in there. And that is, so you can see right here, it's loading it up. Okay, so now we're going to see what it actually looks like on the microbit. Stay tuned. Okay, so now we're ready to put our file onto the actual microbit. So here's the microbit, right? And we went over about how we connect them. So you're going to see here, Miss Lyra is going to connect it together. And you'll notice that the yellow light comes on, right? And then we are going to go and drag the file over to the microbit. So you should see it blinking. It's doing its little blinking thing. There it goes. See it blinking? That means that it's working. All right, and it stopped blinking, so now we're ready to play it on the microbit. So here we go. So this is my A button, if I'm not mistaken, and we will try this real quick here. There it is. So you see how it works? There is the Blink program, a little winky for everybody. So it is really a lot of fun to play with and makes things happen. So this is the way it's supposed to work. We start with our algorithm, then we move it into a flowchart, and then from there we build the program. And once we have the program done, then we put it onto the microbit.